Apalachicola oysters were once on par with the Maine lobster and the Maryland blue crab. But after Apalachicola Bay's oysters collapsed in 2013, everything changed. The FWC closed the bay's fishery from 2020 to 2025 with the intention of opening at the start of 2026. News 13's Grace Velez joins us live in our studio. Grace, how is the FWC formulating the regulations and the framework for the bay's reopening?
Shelby, so this is an issue extremely close to home for Franklin and Gulf County residents, and thankfully the FWC is taking their feedback into account as they work to restructure the rules. Former regulations don't match the current state of the resource, and many estuaries in Florida have lost 80 to 90% of their oyster reefs. The Apalachicola Bay is a prime example of that decline. And unfortunately, even after years of closure, the FWC's most recent monitoring results weren't as positive as people had hoped. But at a public workshop tonight, residents showed FWC staff they're still eager for the bay to reopen.
I absolutely think there's work to be done. I think that's the reason they had the workshop. And I think that the way some of the questions were responded to could possibly change even some of the things that were discussed today.
County Commission Chairman Jones says oysters do more than just represent the core of the community in Apalachicola. They support Franklin County's economy as well. The bay being closed the last 5 years has hurt a large economic contributor.
We need diversification of our economy in the worst way, and this is one of the things that we've lost in the last 5 years, and we'd really love to regain it back.
But for Franklin and other counties around the state, reconnecting to oyster harvesting needs to be done the right way, with the right regulations. Future oyster harvest must be conservative to support long-term success for the reefs. Staff presented a proposed 2026 harvesting season that would run from October 1st to the end of February. Thresholds to open reefs would require a minimum of 400 bags an acre of legal-sized oysters. And the 4 open reefs during that time could include Cat Point, East Hole, Peanut Ridge, and Cat Point Spur. At this time, the FWC Marine Fisheries Management staff does not plan to recommend recreational harvesting to commissioners, which upset several residents at Tuesday's public workshop.
Personally, I think if they would open up to recreational at the same time, it would alleviate a lot of stress that residents feel, because not everybody that lives in Franklin County is going to be a commercial harvester.
Jones says many residents in both Franklin and Gulf County feel it's unfair. Public comments also displayed concerns from residents about culling and undersized oyster tolerances being too strict in the proposals.
Military status and more.
Other concerns surrounded the length of the oystering season and how harvesters would qualify for the commercial endorsement or licenses. FWC staff asked for feedback on 2 different options for how those who wanted to participate in the season could qualify, but those in attendance didn't seem to be on board with either option.
So Grace, what does the timeline for the decision-making process look like?
So Shelby, there's going to be a final virtual public workshop for those who couldn't attend tonight's on June the 5th. Then FWC staff will continue to workshop the regulations before making a proposal to FWC commissioners at their quarterly meeting in August.